like,
she got the ache. Let's not lie, she got the ache because I messed up.
I remember I was screaming into thin air. Guys, when I say rock bottom, I was talking to someone else at the time. I really wasn't trying. You do, babe.
No, I didn't know this. Day, I was struggling to do work and I couldn't stop thinking about Uzoma. I had to stand up and shout. Like, Jesus! I beg. How far are you, brothers? Just brief. Let's do engaged brief.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you're not new, girl, welcome back. Okay, we have a few things that are a bit different.
Our life has changed.
Yeah. First of all, I want to give a special shout out to ulahumanhair for sponsoring today's video. They sent me
gorgeous what? Princess
unit. Yeah, they sent me this nice unit.
Why do you guys call your wigs unit?
Because it's a unit.
It sounds like flat. It sounds like apartment.
Daniel.
It's wig. Say wig. They sent you this wig.
Anyway, they sent me this really nice wig, and yeah, it's really silky and soft. The only thing is though, I really thought that it would be thicker than this, but it's fine. It's, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm really grateful. They sent me a bunch of goodies and whatnot. Maybe I already have a clip.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they sent us a bunch of goodies and it was, yeah, it was good. It was good. I think this hair was really easy to style. You guys, I'm not a wig girl. I think that you guys should know this by now, but I like, it was super easy to, so I just had to like razor this off. I put it on Daniel's head and razored off the first, like the thing, that the flappy bit. But apart from that, I think this hair looks good, and I have a code for you guys. You guys should check the description box for all of the details. But yeah, thank you so much, ulahumanhair, and yeah guys, order from them and get discounts using my code.
I would like to beg you, maybe Uzoma is using sweet voice to beg you people, and you people are not here, please. Please order the hair, I beg. Use the code, please.
Okay, it's fine. They will use the code. I know my people. The Uziverse.
Hi Uziverse.
Ew, don't talk like that. Anyway guys, I asked on Instagram what name you guys want to be called, and someone mentioned the Uziverse and she got the most votes. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much, ulahumanhair. Mwah. So today's video we're going to be talking about the elephant in the room. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys probably don't know this. If you're living under a rock, you probably don't know this. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you will not know, or TikTok. That's why I always beg you guys to follow me on these things so that, you know, you get the gist quicker. But yeah, your girl is engaged. We are engaged. Not just your girl. We are engaged.
Because she engaged herself. She engaged herself.
You know what?
This life is not balanced.
You know what? Anyway.
Your girl is engaged.
Your girl is engaged. Like, whoa. How did we get here? Anyway, all of that will come. I'm thinking we should film like a proposal story as well.
Yeah, we probably will.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anything you want. I'm here for you.
We're gonna tell you guys how we met. We always said that we were gonna save this video for when we get engaged, because you guys always, when I say always, I need to go and find all of the screenshots of you guys asking, how'd you guys meet? Well, I'm about to tell you how we met. Now we are sure.
Okay,
you know
what?
We've always been sure.
You know what?
We've always been sure.
Let's clarify that if you would allow. I think earlier on when we started dating, I think it was a mutual decision that, in spite of your requests to know how we met, which I don't think is very exciting, because some of you really think like I became Spider-Man and I took off my mask after saving her from Satan. I don't know what you people are envisioning, but it's really not that crazy. But you know what? Let's just stay away. We just said a long time ago that we would save this question till when we were engaged, and you know, she said till when we were sure. That was actually the reason why we needed, or rather I wanted her to have full control sharing that part of our lives because many people come from what I've seen on YouTube. Many people come and say, "Oh, this is how I met this my man, thank you, this my man," and then after 5 months, well, on live updates, they will not do live updates. Sorry, we have come to show you that.
No.
Just that, and you know, I appreciate her brand. I love what she's doing, and I was just like, you know what? Till we are sure. In fact, I was actually gonna save it till wedding, till marriage, when I'm locked in forever in Jesus. But I said, you know what? We are planning to get married. We are fully in the thick of wedding planning and all of that. So it's good for you guys to know, since you people like to do.
They just want to know. They just want to know.
Okay,
they're part of this.
But I hope that makes sense.
Okay, let's start.
Oh, I like you to go for it. I like your version of the story. I will just chip in here and there.
Oh my god.
I will just chip in. Your version is so much more exciting because my version is dead. So okay. Let's go. Let's hear it.
Okay, so how Daniel and I meet?
Once upon a time. No, sorry, let's start again. Story. Once upon a time.
Time.
There was a beautiful young girl. Her name was called Iroche. Living in the city of Ottawa. Her name is called.
Guy, I beg. Let me start the story. Daniel moved to my city in 2021.
Why are you starting this story? Anyways, carry on.
If you guys have been here since the beginning, this is when I went home when COVID hit, and then I had just come back to Ottawa. If you guys can place the vlog time frame, you're everyone. I had just moved in with my friends Blessing and Fisayo. We went to a barbecue that my church hosted, and I remember I saw Daniel, but Daniel was not the same Daniel that he is now.
Glory, good. Let's pause here. Now I can talk. So this was in June, July? I can't remember. It was one of those times, yeah. I was in the trenches. I was a mess, bro. Okay, it was so bad. Wasn't my remembrance this day as the day we met, but I kid you not, the only person... We didn't meet.
I just saw you. That was the first time I saw you. We didn't meet.
The first time she saw me, because the only person I remember meeting then was Fisayo, her roommate, and Blessing, right? Mm-hmm. And then that was when Miriam and I first met, and we became like buddies, like we're G's from time. Right, but I'll stop right here. But yeah, I was a mess. Once upon a time, a long time ago, I was a...
He was.
Relax.
Anyway,
Let's be calming down.
We'll get into that. What happened was, so I saw him and he was answering. So they were playing this game that was like a Bible game or whatever, and I was like, wow, this guy knows all. Like, first of all, he was getting all the answers right. Like, he was getting all of the answers, and I was like, who is this person now? Why is he getting all the answers right? I was shocked because it's rare to see guys like that, number one, and number two, like, I was very intrigued by his outfit. He was wearing some shorts and he was just running up and down. I was just like, why is this guy running up and down? Anyway.
Well, let me give context again. Because it's like I'm in court. It was the barbecue / hangout / inter-houseboat vibe. So, and it was for Lighthouse Church.
It's only Daniel that was taking it as inter-house sports. Only Daniel.
Well, that's their business. Guess who won? I won some games. Yes. I'm looking for a church. My friend Baby, shout out to Baby. Baby invited me for Lighthouse barbecue, and so I came. And then obviously the food was great. You know, there were some people. There's some beautiful people that I saw. Some specs that I saw.
And I wasn't one of them. Funny enough.
Because I don't remember meeting her. I don't remember seeing her.
We didn't.
Right? I don't remember seeing her. But like, I was very distracted that day. I was at the chow. And I had to travel that night. So,
that is a very confusing
about me. But anyway, so they were playing game and I was like, mad. That's where I also met Jamila for the first time. Because like I came with my guitar and Jamila is a guitarist, like an amazing guitarist. So we're bonding and thing. And then we had this 3-legged race thing and they tied our legs together. At one point, Jamila can swear that I just carried her and I ran the whole thing because I wanted to win so bad.
What kind of person at a barbecue? Like,
and then for the Bible one, let me just explain. I bless God for His grace upon my life. But the reason why I knew a lot of answers was because the years before I was always drafting up Bible questions for kids. So I would always like do research for all these things. So I have information in my head. But I will not use that to demean the grace of God. God has given me grace for Bible. I thank God. I just want people to know Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, I was just like, honestly, I was intrigued. I was very much intrigued, but didn't think anything of it, whatever. Now, Fisayo is like, because they go to CCI, if you guys know CCI, Celebration Church. He goes to CCI, and so does my roomie at the time, Fisayo, went there as well. So she was like, oh, I found someone else that goes to CCI in this city, because they didn't have a branch here yet. So then I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then I remember one day she was just like, but I don't know why the guy likes to laugh so much. Something like that. She was just like, he's always laughing, like, about the most random things.
In this life, if you don't laugh, you what?
You will cry. I can't lie. And at the time,
I choose laughter.
At the time, I was just like, sorry, you're so judgmental. Like, why is that an issue? Do you get, like, why is that?
What's your testimony now? After 1.5 years of dating, you have a problem with laughter? Yes. She doesn't understand.
I still don't get it. But anyway, fine, whatever. A few months went. I joined the worship team at my church properly. Like, this is after COVID, after we came back from all the like online church, whatever. So I joined the worship team, and then I saw him.
Guys, can you guys see how she's touching the hair and just pulling it? Can you just see smoothness?
It's so good.
It's giving. It's not my fault you're dating me. Please carry on. She joined the worship team.
Okay, yeah. So I joined the worship team, and that was when I now saw him properly for the first time. I was like, oh, this is a normal person. Like, you know, not the person that I saw running about. I can't remember if we did have a conversation. You remember in that studio? That was also the first time I met Helen. Helen is our mentor, by the way. It's crazy how life works. We love you guys. Anyway, yeah, that was the first time that I met Helen as well. Helen was like, oh my gosh, I read so much about you. Anyway, that's like, we keep getting distracted.
That's fine.
But that was also the first time I saw Daniel. I don't know if we had a conversation that night. Do you remember?
Okay, I remember now. Thank you. Good. So she came for auditions, right? Mm-hmm. And now, if you know me, you know I'm a music guy. And you know, you can't tell when someone can sing. So she can sing, and she also had a UK accent.
Speaking of music! You guys, if you know that you love me...
No.
Shush! If you know that you love me, please go and listen to Daniel's new song. Hello? Make sure you guys farms me now, so that when I blow, when he blows, you guys can say, oh yeah, I knew her back then when, you know? Please listen to Daniel's new single.
My apostle prophet minister Doseyeko says God did not put me here to blow, so...
Okay, yes, true.
But anyways, so she came for practice. She came to audition. And, you know, she did her audition. It was private and whatever. I was like, oh, this girl's cute, whatever. I had this thing where, because I was too much in the girl space, I was just trying to... I had come to... I think this was later in the year. I had come to the point where I was like, I'm just trying to be serious with myself. But I was still, like, kind of lost. So I wasn't, like, trying to cause anybody pain and heartbreak. So I saw a fine girl at practice. And Lighthouse, they have many fine girls, but Uzoma stood out to me. I'll confess. But I was focusing on the music I was playing.
So you did not tell me this. You guys, we're both hearing this for the first time. I hope you know.
It's alright. Anyways, we're focusing. So after her audition, they called us in to rehearse, and we're rehearsing. And I think we're doing a multicultural Sunday, so we're rehearsing for that. And then there was a song that we were arguing about the lyrics of. We're talking about how we sing more Yoruba songs than Igbo songs. And I made a passing comment that I thought was very offensive, and she did a face, and I was like, I hope I didn't offend this, because I could tell she was Igbo by her name. Right? I just made it I can't remember the comment, but I know I said something that I was passing. I was just like, I hope she didn't catch that, but she made a face. I was like, yeah, she definitely caught it.
Oh,
and I messed up my chances.
This.
I'm glad you remember. I was like, I messed up my chances. I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm just here to play music for Jesus. I'm not here to find wife. Yeah, that's my side of the story.
Well,
look at us. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this is crazy. I can't believe this. Anyway, so that passed, whatever, and then I kept coming to practice, obviously, because I was on worship team now. And I met Daniel, and he was really nice, and like we just used to talk. And at the time, I used to work in a hospital where I used to have like overnight shifts, and I used to have like 12-hour shifts. Sometimes they'll be overnight, sometimes during the day, whatever, because that was like the only flexible job I could get at the time. And then I remember this one time, like it was like a Friday, because our practices were on Fridays. For context, okay, you guys might be confused, like, why is he going to CCI now when he was at Lighthouse? CCI was his church before we met, before he even came to Ottawa. So when he came to Ottawa, CCI was not in Ottawa, so he started to go to Lighthouse, but now CCI is in Ottawa, so he's moved to CCI. Now, just to get that clear. So anyway, he was on the worship team, whatever. It was Friday. we were at practice, and then after practice he was like, I was talking to him about how I have work tomorrow, I have to go home, blah blah blah, and then he was like, you have work tomorrow, you have a 12-hour shift, wow, you're really trying, you're so hardworking, blah blah blah. And I was just like, oh, this man, you have no idea what I'm going through, don't even try to understand. But at the time I did think that it was quite nice of him to notice, you know, those types of things. Fast forward, we kept...
No, don't fast forward, let me not chip in. So
okay.
Hopefully I'll find the clips and we can just add them into this video for
oh my
context.
gosh, yeah, the guitar thing.
So that it will make you feel like you're part of the journey. Thank God we have video. I wanted to say that in this time, I think I had lost my job. The job that I moved to Ottawa for. It was my fault, let me just say it now. I was struggling to...
Oh my gosh, and I didn't even know.
Exactly. You see? So I was struggling at the time. I was also in a very bad place. I think I was in places and spaces that you should not be, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. There were apps I was using that I should not have been using. There were people I was talking to that I should not have been talking to. So I was just a mess and I was struggling.
Do you know that day?
I was struggling.
That day that we met at practice,
yeah.
your girl, she
yes.
came. Oh, you guys.
Okay, wait, let me just say this story now for anybody asking the question. What are people wondering? What are they talking about? Okay, so the first time we met, I had a friend that I had met, because one of my struggles in Ottawa was I didn't have any friends, I didn't have anyone to talk to. The people I knew that were in Ottawa were people that we were in high school, grade 12 in Canada together. So that was like 9-10 years ago. Mm. So it was just difficult. So I was struggling. So I was on places and apps trying to meet people with very nefarious reasons. I wasn't truthfully obeying Christ at the time. So there was this person I was talking to that I met. I actually just thought, oh, this is a very nice friend, whatever. We got talking about worship. And she was like, she liked worship. I was like, okay, that's the first on this place. So I was like, alright, cool. I'm going to practice. Do you want to come? She was talking about how she never used to worship. I was like, alright, cool, let's go. So she came. Everyone in practice started acting awkward. I got to know that they were awkward because you don't necessarily invite anyone that's not on the worship team to practice. And they were also acting like she was my girlfriend. I was like, guys, I'm meeting this person for the first time. This is my friend. She says she wants to worship Jesus.
Even me, I thought it was Daniel's girlfriend.
So
even me, and I was new on the worship team. I also thought, I was like, what is Daniel doing at Silky? Momos? Of course we know.
Well, I can now tell you we're not together. But I think later that day, we met for the first time, so we got to talking. I think we grabbed rice after, and then she went to her house because obviously, like, not this. Anyways, that's.
Yeah, this is relevant. Anyway, yeah. So there was now a time that I said I wanted to learn how to play the guitar, and then I was like, okay, fine, I'll teach you. Because he knows how to play the guitar, the sax, like the drums, like everything, mate. Everything.
I don't know everything.
Anyway, whatever.
I don't know.
He's just trying to be humble.
I'm not trying to be humble.
So when he said, okay, I'll teach you, we actually have, I'll put the video maybe like here or something. I was trying to learn.
She thought she was trying to.
Yeah, like I was really on that vibe. Bear in mind, by this time, nothing was happening between us, at least from my end.
At least from my end too. Like, let's not lie, because this was late 2021. I'm telling you guys.
It was around October, actually.
I was literally just coming to practice, to focus.
You didn't have a job at the time. It was around October.
I was coming to focus. There was nothing. I was coming to focus.
Anyway, it was fun.
There was a time that I was going through it because I lost my job. And I was working from home. I was supposed to come for practice. And so Uzoma calls me. She said, oh, I'm a dollar.
I forgot!
Don't worry. No. I have to. You should pay me. I'm not as giving you content. I'm not as giving you this. It's me. It's not her. It's me.
How can I forget? Oh,
so I was going through a difficult day.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then she called me and she was like, I'm in Dollarama.
No, I actually went.
Like, and she's like, oh. Okay, let me give you context. By this time, Uzoma and I were well acquainted because we were going to church outside on the worship team. But like, I didn't think we were well acquainted enough for us to be like friends. I had this weird thing about, choosing friends at this time because I had just been through shege. That was unnecessary information, but just me personally. So Uzoma's argument all the time was, I'm your friend, why don't I know this about you? And I was just like, I didn't think we're cool like that. For example, around this time, she found out that I had a band, we had an album on Spotify, which we do, you should check it out. And she was so offended that she found out from Miriam.
Yeah.
Then she also found out that I had a movie on YouTube, which I do, you should check it out as well. And she was like, why did you tell me? I was like, I didn't really think it was like necessary. Like I don't go around talking to my friends like, oh, I have a band, we have songs, oh, I have a movie.
But
so she just didn't understand how I was thinking about friendship.
I was so offended because I thought that we were G's, like, you know, and he had this whole other life that I didn't know about. Okay. So I thought we were friends, and now I don't know anything about you. So I was just like, what kind of person is this?
Okay. Now fast forward, there was this day when life had choked me. And
I didn't know this. I remember why I called you. It was because I needed your help. I needed you to do something for me. I remember.
You tell me what you needed to do.
I can't remember.
Because as she called me, I was just like,
I wanted to ask for your help.
I'm going through a hard time. He
just started ranting to me. I was just like, because in my mind,
because in my mind, it's like, if you're calling me, we must be G's
there. Yes, he was like, oh my god, you called me and you didn't text me. I was like, what's wrong with this man? Like, what is actually wrong with this man?
Oh, context, it was a FaceTime video.
Yeah.
So it was like, bruh, what's going on? Anyway, so I ranted. She almost saw me cry, but she was like, oh, I'll buy you chocolate. What kind of chocolate do you like? Then she bought me, I can't remember which one it was, but it's 3 and they're all red. So it's one of those.
It was either,
okay, yeah, it was Lent. I thought it was Malteser or Kit Kat because I like those two. So she was like, what's your favorite chocolate? I'll buy it for you. Then she bought me Lent. Are you sure it wasn't Kit Kat?
Bro, I don't remember, man. I just remember that day so well, like.
And she bought it because she knew I was going to meet her practice.
Yeah.
I was living in a far place. Once
and
I got
took
there,
the bus as well.
She now came. She was like, oh, Daniel, I'm sorry. She's not giving chocolate. Guys, let me not tell you why this was very important. You know how in the story of Ruth, how grandma told her to go and do stuff. Wait, I'm sorry, I have to tell you because it's the little, I'll tell you this, it's the little things that I remember. For example, I remember when I got home with that chocolate, I didn't feel good eating it. It felt like sacrifice. It felt like I should just freeze it and just keep it. Bear in mind, I was hungry and I wanted to eat chocolate. But for the fact that somebody gave me chocolate, it was like an offering of help you feel better. Take hug. You understand? So for those of you that are taking notes, sometimes it's not the big things, man. Sometimes it's just small things. As we continue the story, you understand more.
Oh my god! Do you know, I totally forgot about that.
It's good.
I remember that day I called Daniel because I wanted him to do something for me. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember what it was. Or I wanted to ask for his help with something. I was like, oh, it's only Daniel that can help me with this. I can't remember what it was. Whether it was music related or something. I sure needed his help. The way he was sounding, he wasn't sounding like he normally sounds. So I was like, how did he do this one now? I don't know what made me say, okay, I'm gonna get you chocolates. What's your favorite? I don't know. I don't know. Now I know.
The Spirit of God. Wow.
It's actually insane. But anyway, yes.
Please,
so that happened.
Don't go and buy chocolate for a bad person. And not say
because I did it to work. Trust me, at that point there was nothing. When I say nothing, zero, zilch. Anyway, so that happened. Daniel was super touched. I was like, guy, relax. I spent like $2 on this chocolate. Relax. Anyway, he was super thankful, whatever, fine. And then we kept like talking, like not as anything but friends. Anyway, my birthday came along. I did this whole like, and oh my gosh, if you guys have been following along, you will know and understand this journey. It was my 21st birthday. I came back from that whole birthday weekend thing that I had, and then Daniel was like, oh, where did you go on the weekend? Then I told him it was my birthday. He was like, oh, I didn't know it was your birthday. I was like, you didn't know it was my birthday. Look, I was like, you should have known. But anyway, just to give you context for how not close we were, he didn't even know it was my birthday. Anyway, Christmas came. I saw that Daniel.
Wait, you're rushing. What? 2 days after our birthday, I started my new job.
Oh yeah. He's now been at that job for like 2 years in like a month. That's crazy.
You are Yari. Please
stop.
I want to make $100 million.
So his family lives in Toronto, and so he went to Toronto for December
as a norm
for
to
Christmas.
me as a norm,
and I didn't go to nights that year, so I was not like, this guy did not even tell me that he's going home to Toronto. I just came to church one day and I didn't see him. I was so offended.
I hope in these few points of mine I'll be able to convince you and not confuse you that Uzoma clearly fell for me before I fell for her.
No, wait. Let me tell you. I didn't. This is the thing. Like, I didn't know.
I'm kidding.
I didn't know it was happening, but I didn't feel like there was anything. I was just like genuinely like, I actually like this guy. Like, he's so nice. You know, he's a good friend. That type of thing. Yeah,
as always, story of my life. Daniel is such a good friend.
Is that the story of your life? Is it?
Daniel is such a good friend.
Anyway, so before that, actually, our friend's birthday, Miriam.
Ooh, this one is key.
Before Christmas, it was Miriam's birthday in like the first week of December. She had a birthday party. We did a surprise birthday party for her. That was super cute. If you're watching if you've been watching, you start to connect the dots, right?
Making sense.
So at that party, Daniel and I just really, really got along. Like, this was like the first time we had seen each other outside of church.
Yeah, like.
And it was in this building.
So the funny thing was that we met. We're just chilling. Like I didn't know anybody else there. Let me put context. I didn't know anybody else there. You have to remember, I'm still new in Ottawa. I'm trying to find a community of people that have sense. And so lots of them were girls. Only Uzoma and Rebecca that I knew from worship team practice. Shout out Bex.
We love you.
We do. And so Becca was really shy. And I was, let's just say, I was exhibiting mad tendencies.
Guys, if you go back and watch the vlogs, you see Daniel dancing like this.
Anyways, I didn't want to embarrass Becca. So
You did. Let me tell you now, you did.
Becca, I'm really sorry. I know it's been 2 years, but I have to apologize. Anyway, so we were playing this game, and then, I just, like I said, Uzoma and I just sat down, and we played.
We were laughing so much. We were joking around. I don't know what we're talking
one of the questions they asked, I'll never forget this question. They asked, what was Miriam's middle name? And so we had to write our answers down. How well do we know Miriam? And I was so convinced that Miriam's middle name was Odinaka. I was like, I'm going to call this babe Odinaka, and Miriam hates it so much. For
context, Miriam, she's from the north. She's an Iowa babe.
I was just gonna do it, and so we had jokes like that, and then the night ended, we were dancing. Bear in mind that if you watch Uzoma's content, you know that she had an exam either that day or the day after.
Oh my god, that exam!
So Uzoma had to
so
leave.
Bad
Uzoma had to leave early.
Yeah.
For some reason, she was staying to the end. I kept asking, I was like,
Don't you have exam?
Because if not me, I don't go play this play. You are playing.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. I can't see.
Well,
it was a very bad.
Now she's a graduate. Who do you praise?
Oh, Master Jesus.
We praise Jesus. So that ended, then she gave me a very nice hug. It wasn't front to front, though, it was side hug. But it meant a lot to me.
Who is worried, Daniel, please?
Because some people just have scoring. So I went to Toronto for Christmas, and then I sent her this song that I was working on. Just as per, what do you say? She said, it's nice, da, da, da. She didn't really say much. We didn't really talk much that Christmas. I was like, okay, cool. Thank you for telling me what you think. Da, 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 da. And then I think she dragged me a bit, like, oh, why'd you go to Toronto? You didn't let me know. And then we I was just like, oh, I actually didn't think.
But she's like that.
I didn't think it was necessary.
Okay.
No offense. Well, I'm very sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the end of 2021.
Now, fast forward 2022.
I feel like I'll share my testimony first. A lot of the times going down, I was really struggling with just being a better man. I think that's the way I want to put it, because I was on apps, I was, talking to people. I was just very lost. I can categorize that as that. So I think that was another reason why I wasn't really focused on Uzoma as being my partner or my girlfriend at the time. Like my head wasn't just there. I was just lost. Like I was very lost. I was struggling with immorality. I was struggling with loss. I was struggling with a lot of things. And being a good, better Christian. And then I attended a conference, I think that year. I can't remember. I think I did. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the end of 2021, Sha. I just wanted to point this out so people understand the trajectory of change. So for me, Daniel, transferring into 2022, there were a lot of habits I decided to put aside. So I left these apps, I stopped talking to a lot of these people, but it was still like a gradual process that trickled down all the way to February 2022. But I don't know if you have stories before then. So
okay.
I'll let you talk.
Mom.
Hi, Mom. How you doing?
Okay, guys. Now, this part, you want to make sure you listen to this part. February 2022, things were occurring. Okay? Things were occurring. First of all, where do we start? Firstly.
Okay, wait.
I was in...
Wait.
What?
So around this time, I needed to move out of my house. I was living far in Ottawa. I was living far away.
Daniel, it's always been me.
I'm not arguing.
Listen, it's always been me, because I am forgetting the things I was doing for this man when I didn't even know. Oh God.
Before you people used to go on the
Jeez.
comments and say women are always doing the most for men. That's not the case. Let me just lie.
Like, it wasn't the case at all,
I was
man.
living far and I had to leave then where I was staying because my landlord just
Daniel used to use the bus from his house to church. And how long did it take?
We don't want to talk about
2
that.
hours?
The Lord has transformed
2
my life.
hours back and forth.
The Lord has transformed.
I remember when I found out, I was like, this is ridiculous. Are you crazy? Why are you doing this?
Anyways, I shall have to move out. So,
Yeah.
being that I'm still new in Ottawa, I keep referencing this so people understand. I'm still in Ottawa, I'm doing a job. I was just asking Uzoma, like, oh, you seem to know this place. Like, where?
You didn't ask me.
I did. I asked you, where can one move to? You know Ottawa, you know places, like how does one go
Are
about
you sure you
this?
asked me? I thought you just told me that you are moving out and I'm the
Wait
one that
now,
said, oh, I'm
wait.
going to look for a place
No,
for you.
I did ask where can one move around. Then you said, okay, Daniel, don't worry, I'm going to look for places for you. So
Okay.
I didn't ask like help me find places.
Oh,
I said,
okay.
where can one move to? You
Yeah.
said, I bet
yeah.
hold my drink. I'm gonna find some places.
Yeah, I don't know why I took it upon myself. And guys, I promise you.
Every day. I can tell you this one now. Every day she'll message me and say, place I sent you.
I promise
Have
you
you applied?
guys,
Have you
I
responded?
wasn't even trying to like set you or anything. Let me tell you guys, there was another person I was talking to. I was talking to someone else at the time. I
didn't know
really
this.
wasn't trying. You do, babe.
No, I didn't know this.
What
Who's
do
the
you
person?
We'll talk about this after.
No! You are cheating on me!
Let me tell you, it doesn't matter, okay?
You are cheating on
It
me!
doesn't matter.
Oh, I think I remember
now.
the person.
Exactly,
Was it?
yes.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, so I was talking to someone else at the time. So
Well, I was
trust
talking to
me-
someone too as well.
Exactly, Daniel too was talking to somebody else. So it wasn't anything like that.
It's
So,
not something to be proud about too.
I was really just so pressed. I couldn't explain why I was so passionate.
The Holy Ghost
Because I
was
was
doing
like,
the walk in our
this
mind.
is so bad. Why should you be moving from back? And he used to carry all his load. He used to carry one big bag and his guitar, all of that on the bus. I was like, nah, this is ridiculous. We need to find you a new place, blah, 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 blah. Then the day he got a house, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the day Daniel moved into his house, okay, I told him about the Hallelujah Challenge before it started, and this is how I know. February, Pastor Nathaniel always does the Hallelujah Challenge, whatever. Now, like, the day, I believe it was the day you moved into your house that my laptop thing happened.
It was a few days after.
Are you sure? Because I remember I was like, oh.
Yeah, no. The reason why is because when I moved into my house, I was living out of boxes for a bit.
Yeah.
But then when your laptop thing happened, I had started unpacking.
Oh.
It took me like a while to do that.
Okay, so I had been asking him like, how are you settling in, into your new place or whatever. And then he was like, yeah, good, whatever. And he now asked me, how am I? And I was like, okay, am I going to lie or am I not going to lie? At this time, Fisayo did not know that my bottle was behind my laptop. I had gone out. She did not know, and our table was really small in the house. So we're all sitting at the table. She accidentally knocked over my bottle, didn't know it was opened, and it spilled all over my laptop. Now, this is smack in the middle of the semester. I needed that laptop. So that had just happened. I was freaking out. But I don't know how we were having this conversation while all that craziness was happening. And then I was like, will I lie? Will I not lie? So I told him that I'm not good. My laptop is ruined and I need something for school. And the next thing he's like, take mine. I was like, what do you mean I should take yours? And he was like, yeah, I'm not using it, blah, blah. And he had a MacBook Pro as well, which is what I was using at the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, whatever, whatever. I thought he was joking. Next thing he actually gave me the laptop to use. Whatever, cool. Come the next Sunday, shout out to my pastors. You guys, Lighthouse Church. Oh, the things they have done in my life. Being in Lighthouse has been instrumental to my destiny, okay? Not just because I met Daniel there, even though that's a huge reason, just in general. Anyway, got there, my pastor overheard me talking to someone about my laptop. Next thing you know, they got me a new laptop. Amazing stuff. So now I have a new laptop, whatever. So
Wait, slow down. Let me explain.
at the time, okay, and things were progressing.
Let me explain why I gave her my laptop. I was working for a new company and we had a company laptop. And I had the laptop I was using for work. And I had my laptop. My laptop was primarily for music. I wasn't really doing much music at the time. So I was like, I come back home tired every day. I don't use my laptop. Might as well just give it to you. Because everybody's always asking, oh, it's such a big thing. Like, till today, it's like a no-brainer. You are in school. Hello, do you even know what school in this country is? If you don't have a laptop, you are failed.
You have actually...
Let me just explain to you.
Yeah.
As someone that tried to do it, when I did it, I was in school monopolizing.
Don't digress.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Shasha gave her the laptop. Anyways, moving on. And I wait. I'm not saying that February. As much as I was doing the Hallelujah challenge, I was trying to release myself from the shackles of situationships and problems.
Oh God.
So I was going through a freeing phase.
Yeah.
A freeing phase. So much so that I want to say this. On February 14th, typically, my close friends will know this and I'm ashamed to admit this on social media, but a lot of times I've always just felt like, I've always tried to do nice things for people that I cared about. Actually, it's a lie. I've always tried to get the girls that I liked on Valentine's Day things by doing the most. So February 14, 2022, I decided in my spirit, I said, no, I'm going to hold my money by myself. I'm going to sit down in my house. I'm not going to go out with anybody. And now I'm probably jumping ahead of myself.
Yes,
but I have to
I was
say
about to
this.
say you're rushing, babe.
Okay, I'm rushing. I'll pause. But I have to say this. Let me just end on this. I knew that I liked Uzoma at that point. But I remember having a conversation with the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit said, if you feel this way about her, you want to buy flowers on 14th.
Mom, we can see your face.
I had a conversation with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit said, if he's tricking you to buy flower for her on the 14th, if he's tricking you this bad on the 15th, then it's true, so buy the flower. The 14th came, I hung out with my friends, Tiwa and Iroche. We just watched Hamilton and gisted and slept off.
I remember he told me about this. I was just like, okay.
Okay, I'll probably jump in, but we'll come back to
You're
this.
jumping.
Okay, I'll go, but I'll keep quiet.
Okay, cool. So now I have a new laptop.
So at the beginning of February, Uzoma was...
This video is long.
Uzoma had gotten her new laptop, right? So now the conversation was now, we're talking a lot more. And now Uzoma was now like calling me out like, bro, why are you acting shady? Like you are acting so affectionate, but you're not like coming correct. Like what's going on?
Committing.
You know, she'll catch me slip up with things like, oh, you mean a lot to me, you know, and she'll call it out. She wasn't gonna do the whole...
And he was still denying.
And I was denying it. I was lying.
Can you imagine?
I was denying it.
God.
But I was denying it because I didn't know how I felt. Now, there was a day at work, I remember, that I couldn't stop thinking about this girl. Like, okay, bear in mind, I lost my first job. I'm in my second job. And I'm struggling. Like, I'm just trying to make sure... Okay, context. They had fired like 4 people around me. Like, they were literally sitting in my front, in my back, in my left, in my right. They fired all 4 of them in the office. So in my mind, I'm like, Holy Ghost, I beg. I don't know what that's giving me here. So there was one day, I was struggling to do work. And I couldn't stop thinking about Uzoma. I had to stand up and shout. Like, Jesus! I beg.
It's giving obsessed.
I've lost my job before. I don't even think about, oh my God, Jesus, we said we're going to be serious this year. I'm serious now. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm focused on you. Why am I thinking about this, babe? It was so frustrating. Anyways,
I remember
so
that
then,
day, man.
bear in mind that all this while Uzoma is like not attacking, but she's just like calling me out like, Daniel, like, what are you doing? Like, you need to know what you're doing. Like, stop trying to confuse me.
And then at the time as well, like, I remember I started to catch feelings in February, actually. That was when I realized that, I was done. I remember I used to come home and tell Officer I'm blessing that if he doesn't say anything this Sunday, then I'm out.
Oh, also, I used to cook there.
Oh, gosh.
So I used to be cooking and giving her food to go to. Because
was this not after the fact?
I can't remember.
It was after the single story.
Anyways, so...
It was after.
Uzoma, so context, Uzoma has called me out. Her Hallelujah challenge has finished. Uzoma has called me out. She made me join her Hallelujah challenge. It was amazing. She lost her laptop. Her laptop got damaged and she got a new one.
Yes.
So now we are at Uzoma has called me out. Now, after she called me out, I can't remember this day. I was walking in the parking lot. She said, "We need to talk about this." I was like, "Alright, cool. Single soiree is coming." She now asked me, "What am I looking forward to?" The single soiree. I being an idiot at the time.
Wait, hold on. For context, single story was another lighthouse. See, this is lighthouse I've done in my life. It's only God that knows. Pastor Deji and Bucky, I love you.
We love you, sir.
We love you. We love you. Anyway, yeah, it was a lighthouse event that was for single people during Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Period.
So she asked, "What am I looking forward to?" I said, they just called me to do host with Pastor Brian, now Pastor Brian.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm here to host and get out. Like, I'm not, because honestly, I wasn't really, after Valentine's Day, after Valentine's Day, I wasn't really trying to like meet or talk to anyone because the truth of the matter was, I was trying to address my feelings for Uzoma. But I didn't want to talk about it till I was sure what I was going to do. Because I've been there, done the whole, "who I like you." Okay, then what? who have a crush on you, they won't. So I was just like, I'm gonna host and do my. So she asked me what I did. I'm like, I'm a host, whatever. I guess she was expecting me to say a lot more. You know, I was expecting to meet the person I'm gonna be with. I was expecting to meet love.
And Daniel was going on about this whole thing of, oh, when people come to these types of events, they always bring their best foot forward. So this is not an event to meet people. That's what he said to me. I was like, oh, okay.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Sha.
Yeah, so when I got to the events now.
Wait, you're rushing. So that day, she now said, so the confusion was getting too much. She now said, no, you know what, we need to talk. So I said, alright, cool, let's go for dinner after the single soiree.
Yes.
In my mind, I was wearing my best everything because I'm like, I'm going to confess to this girl that I like.
Was that your plan though?
That was my plan.
How can that be your plan when you were saying what you were saying?
Wait now, that was my plan because I got to the point where she had caught me. There was no more whatever. Okay. Also context. In the midst of all this quote unquote confusion, I was really just trying to pray, and I don't want to over spiritualize things, but I guess that's what I ended up doing because I wanted to be sure I wasn't breaking any other person's heart. So my plan, so she suggested that we go out for dinner.
Yeah.
But she was like, we should hang out. So she said we should go out for dinner. I decided, but I didn't tell her. I was going to tell her this was how I felt. So that was the plan going into this event. Now, Uzoma tells the rest of the story the best. So take it away. Because
God. See,
I'm about to be embarrassed.
Let me tell you something. God has helped you.
Oh, I know.
In this life,
I know.
Never leave God. God has really helped this man. Anyway, so what happened was that simple soiree. They gave us events to meet people.
Also, plot twist.
Hello.
We were supposed to be on the singles panel talking.
We were. Oh my God. I'm gonna look for the clip.
No, you have to.
I'll put the clip. We were literally on the singles panel talking to people on the stage. I'll put video if I can find the video. On that same stage, like, now that I'm thinking about this story, it's just crazy how, like, anyway, whatever. Get to the single soiree. Me, I'm there to talk to people. I'm a single in the soiree. Yeah, that's why I get.
She was soiree. By the way, she looks very awesome when she started. It was like film. It was like Disney film. The doors open. Wow. She entered with her outfit. Bam. You know everything. Just carrying her. It was nice. She was looking nice. I mean, I was like, I don't think I'm dressed for this occasion, but you know what? Yeah, I'm here to host. I'm here to soiree.
What is with this H factor? Anyway. So I'm talking to people, whatever. Daniel is seeing that, like, I'm hitting it off with some people, like, I'm just having nice conversations. Anyway, I had this good conversation with this person. You know, we're really talking. We've talked for a really long time. Now Daniel comes to me after the fact and he's like, wow, this is your Kairos moment. He was like, wow, I'm so happy for you, something like that. Like, he noticed that I was talking to somebody else for a really long time, and basically he was encouraging me in that pursuit, because he thought that, in fact, a lot of people around us thought that, like, we're hitting things off or whatever. So people were just like, you know how when you see somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, you guys look really good together, and you're like hyping them up. That's what people were doing to us, and Daniel included. How can we get to? Okay, fine. We leave the place.
Wait. My lord, Mia. So I had given up after I saw how good they were enjoying themselves. Because what did I say? I came here to what? To host.
Stop saying host.
I came here to host, right? So I honestly had given up. But then, as we were clearing up, I remember distinctively hearing the Holy Spirit say this. Now, the Holy Spirit, I heard him say, you always never give yourself the chance. You always count yourself out before anything happens. You never think you're worthy of even trying. Of all the times in your life, can you actually just take a bold step for once? This was after I shouted, Kairos moment, you don't find man. Wow. All these rubbish things that I know a lot of guys do it, and I know they recognize what I'm talking about. But the truth is, I had given up. And so we had a plan to go out for dinner after. I wasn't going to.
Yeah, Daniel was now about to. At first you were acting as if you didn't want to go anymore.
Yeah, because when you see someone that you like and you see someone, he's better than me, bigger than me, and he's handsomer than me, stronger than me, and he got a deeper voice than me. I'm not that good stuff. I was just like, what else? What else? God, what else? What else can I do?
That is
so I've given up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But then, because of that voice from the hospital, I was like, you know what? Try, because you're actually going to go out for dinner. Uzoma is right. I was actually gonna cancel, but I was like, you know what? We're here. Don't be a chicken.
Do you remember when we were going? You like carried me because the floor was wet.
Did I? Sorry. See, that's how me. I don't remember that one.
Anyway, whatever. We got to the restaurant, and then Daniel is like still carrying on with this talk of, oh my god, hey, you're the man.
Because
I was like, is this man insane?
Because let me not break you.
What the
heck?
Let
me now bust your mind, guys.
Are we in the same room?
The dilemma is now that Uzoma has known that this man has liked her since, but this man has not said anything. That's dilemma number one. Number two, Uzoma has decided to pursue other prospects that are very, very appealing and very coming correct. Forgive my English. That's prospect. That's issue number two. Issue number three. If Daniel doesn't talk now, or if he talks now, he's going to make everything 5 times worse. Do you understand? So do you remember the original plan of confessing feelings? I had to ask her like, guy, I can tell you this thing of I like you any other day, but if it's today, you're going to be so confused.
I think I was so upset because I was like, why did you wait till it looks like I was about to start talking to somebody else that you now, because at the time I didn't know that he was going to be confessing feelings to me that night, because he didn't know, it was not forthcoming.
She came there to swear.
I came there to meet people. I was ready, single and searching. No, I wasn't searching. I wasn't actually searching. I was just open. I was open to the idea of a relationship at the time, but I wasn't necessarily searching. Now I think this man, like, he can see visibly that I was starting to get interested, you know, in other prospects and things. Now he comes to start telling me, oh, Uzoma, oh, I like you. Oh, I want to. Oh, no. I was like,
okay, stop.
To be kidding me.
I didn't say I want you.
All of this time, guys.
I didn't say I want you there.
Whatever. All of this time, this man was giving me mixed signals. I was like, do you want or do you not want? What do you want from me? Tell me something. Let me work with something. Anyway. It was until he saw competition.
Like
that he said, okay.
Like you have rightfully said.
I gotta step up. I was so annoyed.
Anyways.
Because all this time. All of this time.
I'm sorry now. It's been more than a half
I had been waiting for him to come correct. Even on Valentine's Day, I said, this man.
The Holy Spirit spoke. And I can't lie, if the Holy Spirit didn't say anything.
Why did the Holy Spirit speak when you saw that there
because
was...
I had given up, bro. Like, I had given up. Anyways, we went out to dinner and I said, this is the issue. I'm going to tell you something. You're going to hate me for telling you this now.
I was so annoyed.
I'm going to tell you.
Guys, I can't believe I didn't get the egg.
It's okay.
I was so close.
She got the egg.
I was like, this
she got the egg. Let's not lie. She got the egg because I messed up and I'm sorry I did. But I told her, look, this is how I feel. This is why I took my time. This is why I'm saying it now. Now, was the timing off? 100% yes. But it is what it is. You know what it is. Anyways, I also told her that I've laid my card on the table. One thing I emphasized was, look, you can be single, you can date the other guy, you can date me. But at the end of the day, you can also choose to not date anybody. It's an option for you. And if you date the other guy, I'm not offended. Do you understand? I made it clear. Now, we finished dinner. She says, this one is beyond me. Guess who she takes us to? So that people understand context as to why she left me at the altar with my father. We leave the restaurant to go to her house for a council meeting with Dr. Blessing.
Oh God. If you guys have been seeing the buzz on Instagram concerning like the engagement and how Blessing came all the way from Grenada for this, it gets why. Blessing had never met Daniel before. She saw him first time at that same barbecue that we spoke about at the beginning. The Blessing is like, this is the one, this is the one, this is the one. And Blessing is quite prophetic, to be honest, but at the time I didn't really clock.
Same. I mean,
she was so like adamant that it was Daniel. Anyway, whatever. This video is getting too long. So shall fast forward all of that back and forth. I went through like 2 weeks of turmoil because I was like, God, I need help. I don't know what to do. God, my hearing of God was really tested that day, that week, those 2 weeks. Anyway, I think it was like 2 weeks. And then what happened? Oh yeah, come this blessed day.
Oh, I missed that one.
Exactly.
Sorry.
When we were on the bus, okay. I was on the bus and I was actually doing something for a Bible study that I was part of at the time. So I was on the phone, I was distracted. I left the laptop that they had bought me, the new one, on the couch. Now, on the chair of the bus. And I didn't realize until I got home. No, until I got home. When I got home, I was like, Ubered to the, I basically was trying to chase this bus around Ottawa. I was so distraught, and I had work that day. That time I was working on campus at my school. I was so distraught. I went to this random place. I remember I was screaming into thin air. Guys, when I say rock bottom. Anyway, pull out my phone. I'm like, who can I call? Alas, I called Daniel. Well, I texted him. I was like, hey, are you free? Do you have a minute? We have an issue. Called Daniel. I was not like, bro. Yeah, problem, dude.
So I was about to finish work. You know, work is work. I not got a call from Uzoma telling me that there's problem. The last thing I expected to hear was that the laptop that the church bought her, she don't lost some. As I finished the call, I said, sorry, no, find it. I just put the call down. I said, God, you cannot be looking stupid. You cannot put us to shame. Those were my exact words to them, because I was like, this is just highly irresponsible. I was so angry.
But then, anyway, Daniel's anger did not register for me because I was just like losing my mind too. Like, and I had work. I didn't even go. I went to my shift. I told them, listen, you're not gonna see me today. I was just crying and whatever.
Anyways, I got out from. Let me just speed this up. I got out of work, went to the bus. I know that buses work. They have this intercom where they communicate with each other. So the first bus I saw, by the Holy Spirit, I spoke to him. I was like, yo, please, I lost my laptop. Describe the laptop on this bus at this time. Can you help me out? So he called these guys, they tracked down the laptop. It was still on the bus, thank God. They told the driver to meet me at Uzoma's place of work, Carleton University, at a certain time. So I was there. So I left everything, finished work, went there, waited. Bear in mind, the whole time I was thinking of how I'm going to lambast this girl. How do you lose a MacBook, please? iPhone, I understand. AirPods, I understand. How do you lose a laptop that the church gave to you? I don't know. Anyways, I was thinking about how to lambast her, but also with kindness, because, you know,
I was so sad that day.
She was sad too.
Anyway, so finally
it had been 2 weeks since I confessed my feelings, so bear in mind, 2 weeks! No,
yeah,
it was 3 weeks actually.
He was giving me time to.
It was 3 weeks.
To realize.
I said decide.
Whatever. I didn't care because I was like, you put me through this, so you're gonna wait, okay?
So she was doing vengeance.
Anyway, whatever. He found the laptop, brought it to me. I was crying like a baby. And then he now took that opportunity. At the time, he was like, listen, I'm not doing this rubbish for anybody that is not committed to me, and I'm not committed to. So tell me what you want right now. Bear in
mind. Okay,
it was so dramatic.
Bear in mind, my track record is always doing the most for people that don't like me. So I got it to a point where I was like, bruh, like what are we doing? I just chased bus around the whole of Ottawa.
Yo, man, this guy chased the bus.
And you know the funny thing was, I'll end on this. Uzoma still said, something I'll never forget. She said, until I'm in a committed relationship, I don't feel that I have the right, or I should give somebody, like, how do I put this? She didn't feel like she needed to give me all her love.
Oh yeah, I was like, I don't owe you anything because we're not committed.
So
tips, guys, make sure you exercise your rights, okay? Yeah, but that made Daniel super serious. He was like, okay, fine.
Anyways, I went home that night, I prayed, and I was like, God, I beg you. And I was like, God, I'm going to ask this girl out. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. She could say no, but whatever. So the next day, I finished work. I got roses. I wrote a letter because I was still too afraid to ask with my chest. Anyways. So
it's your fear that made you write letter? Me, I was thinking, this is so romantic.
I wrote the letter because you never used to go home by yourself. she used to go home with somebody else. So I was just like, in case I don't get the chance to, or in case things just get crazy, at least I have backup. Because I don't want it to be a thing of what I didn't do today, I'll do it tomorrow. I just want it to be done. So I read the letter, wrote how I felt. She finished work, I showed up there with flowers. Her friend, Fisayo, they finished the same shift, they were going home. Like, I can't ask her out to photo Fisayo, like that's just, do you understand? And it was raining, so walked out to her house, gave her the flowers so that there's something inside. She can tell you the rest of the story.
It was so cute. I went home, I read the letter, and I remember like when I was a bit younger, I used to say to God that I really liked letters, and I never used to get them. So the fact that Anna wrote me a letter, I was like, wow, God, you really be hearing my prayers. Anyway, the rest is history, guys. The rest is actually history.
Anyway, she called me crying. She's like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I was crying.
And it was like 1 a.m. and I'm like, I have a shift tomorrow. I have work tomorrow. And I'm
now
like,
you know you have work.
No, I was like, where was all this love?
Oh, it was never gonna be there.
All these
You imagine me exposing myself.
She now said, well, now we're committed. Now you can see everything. That's like itemizing the historical record of our feelings and affections. I said, wow. Well, this life after God, fear women. Bro, because she started telling me that, oh, blessing was on my side from the beginning, Kidiko, blessing was waiting for me. I was like, okay, that's great. She started telling me, I was just like,
see, the Lord was on Daniel's side. What about that?
Honestly, it's only God.
Daniel literally used to like cook food for me to take to work because I was so busy at work and school.
Can't lie, she was going through it, man, and I had so much free time because I was single. And I had sense. I wasn't calling anybody say, oh, have you eaten? I would come back from work, I would just sit down, and I watch film or sleep.
Film?
Nobody was calling you or telling. I'm not texting anybody saying, oh, good night or good morning. But it was just, that's when I started doing OBD Live. Because I was living the best time of my life. I used to go to work, I'll be happy. Yeah. I have joy. So that I was doing 8-hour school, 12-hour shift.
Yeah,
I said,
it was actually
I'm
insane,
cooking.
honestly. It was actually
Do you need food?
And he cooked food. See, there were so many things. During that whole intermission of when I was trying to decide, there were so many signs that I got. That I was like, yeah, this is definitely the person. And what was crazy is that every time that I wanted to say, no, I'm not doing this, Daniel would always do something that would make me be like, okay, well, let me look again. Let me just consider again. Like the jacket. See, there are so many things. There are just too many things. This video is already way too long. We cannot add that part. Okay. It's too long. We'll talk about it another time.
For these few points of mine, you have all the information you need.
It's been so great.
See how far you brought us. Lord, we are called to worship you. See what the Lord has done. See what.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed this video. It was super long, but I think
you have been asking for it.
You guys have been asking, and I think it's time. It's finally time. Thank you to my man and my man. Thank you to my man.
I actually hate that song so much.
Too bad. Okay, guys. Bye. I love you.